Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. This is Leonard Fournette. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. Brushing off defenders. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on.
And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Jannard Avery coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Mayfield on 1st down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have back on their heels.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Now, look, that wasn't a huge game, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Going deep here for Landry. This is caught inside the 15. That one good for 37 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point safely through, and it's now a 7-0 game. Joseph now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
20. 2. Been a long day for you.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. The cornerback, it's Logan Ryan who brings him down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. First catch there for OBJ, and that good for a 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
180. Drop deep, point it right. Run. Bravo.
From the 38, Mayfield. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Mayfield with it once more. Eluding the pressure right. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Hey, alert 33.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the Ravens' 20-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Hey, alert!
First carry for Nick Chubb. Stiff-armed him. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
These type of plays are backbreakers for our defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big 1st down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
This will be caught just inside the 10. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now Mayfield. nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick-6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick-6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the pick-6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick-6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Mayfield off the play fake. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He sets to fire deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
45 the mic.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former 1st-round pick, Demarius Randall. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the 1st half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Mayfield looks to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
From the gun, Mayfield. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The Browns send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. And it's fielded at the 34. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to first and 10. Jackson now to Thompson on the screen. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Throwing, Mayfield. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Browns on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Here we go.
17-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Now Jackson going to throw again. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The Browns drive about to get started. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Here's Mayfield. And Callaway taking it in left side. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. They've moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. They'll run on first down. It's Hunt. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. A give running right is Chubb. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They run again on first down, Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his second touchdown on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Joseph now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Escaping the pressure right. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. 23 yards, the final tally.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A loss of 2. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 44-yard line.
58, boy, 58, Mike.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson buying time to his left. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. Distance wasn't the problem, but he did need some help from the right upright, and he got it. A little kiss and in.
Yeah, fortunately, he caught on the inside of the upright, and that pushed it through. This isn't like a baseball foul pole where you hit any part of it and it counts. It's got to go through the post. If he hits it on the outside, that's no good.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But, you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
From the 17, Mayfield. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Mayfield to throw it. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. Finding Harris over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They run it again with Chubb. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Mayfield down. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. The kick by Joseph is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Throwing on second and long. Jackson. This is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Jackson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. That's Aguilar with it on the jet sweep. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
But that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
On second and inches, Jackson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Jackson. And he's got Snead. That's good for 28 yards. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one That puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Point it right.
Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. Now Jackson. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 49, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Room here to run. And all of a sudden, they're knocking on the door inside Baltimore's 10. A big play that time out of Chubb. 44 yards. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Joseph now to have the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Makes the score Browns 27, Ravens 9.
Joseph now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Olivier Vernon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. On 3rd down. It's Thompson, and he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They run with Hunt, powering forward. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
He's out of bounds at the 14-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Don't say nothing. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Hurry, hurry.
Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Joseph on for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. Joseph now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved at him like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. For this challenge, you must gain at least 25 total yards on the very first play.
It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Too bad. Can't win them all, though. Come back, try again. Thanks for playing the Madden Ultimate Team Solo Challenge. It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Well, unfortunately, unable to. It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Well, unfortunately, not the. It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10. Nice job. I believe that is challenge met and defeated from where I sit. Congratulations. Good job on this Madden Ultimate Team.
Hey, folks, it's the coach here. Welcome back for another exciting matchup in Madden Ultimate Team. In today's challenge, you need to rack up 30 yards or more to get the win. You must, however, do this on the very first play. No pressure.
And now the offense getting set, 1st and 10. On the run, it's Bo Jackson. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Didn't work out this time, but there's always next time, and we'll see. And the offense readies for a 1st down and 10. They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Not the results you wanted, but the good news. And the Ultimates, their offense gets ready. 1st down and 10. They'll start here with Jackson. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Too bad. Can't win them all, though. Come back, try again. And now the offense getting set. 1st and 10. They run on 1st down with Jackson. And fighting down inside the 25. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Well, unfortunately, unable to achieve the results you're looking for. And the offense readies for a 1st down and 10. On 1st down, Jackson. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Well, unfortunately, not the result that you were looking for. And the Ultimates, their offense gets ready. 1st down and 10. They'll run on first down. Jackson. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. That didn't work. And now the offense getting set, 1st and 10. On first down, it's Jackson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Not the result you wanted. And the offense readies for a 1st down and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Jackson. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Too bad. Can't win them all, though. Come back, try again. And the Ultimates, their offense gets ready. 1st down and 10. Vick, option right. And an alley to run. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Well, unfortunately, unable to achieve the results you're... And now the offense getting set, 1st and 10. On 1st down, Jackson. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Well, unfortunately, not the result that you were looking for, but the great... And the offense readies for a 1st down and 10. 1st down, Vick rolling to his right. Escapes the defender. Oh, another great move. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. And that does it for this one. Pat yourself on the back. You just completed and dominated the match.
Hey, folks, it's the coach here. Welcome back for another exciting matchup in Madden Ultimate Team. For this next challenge, you'll have to keep your opponent's offense in check. The challenge goals tell you exactly what you need to do. But you must complete this challenge on the first drive.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and 10. Wentz. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
Darn Phil. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. It didn't work out this time, but there's always next time. And we'll see you next time. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and 10. Out of the gun, this is Howard. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Not the results you wanted, but the good news, practice makes perfect. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and 10. Running with Howard. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Wentz. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Too bad. Can't win them all. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Well, unfortunately, unable to achieve the results you're looking for, but this will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and 10. Running from the gun with Howard. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing is Wentz. And it's caught. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And Elliott puts this one through. Well, unfortunately, not the result that you were looking for, but the great thing about how this works is this will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Well, it didn't work out this time, but there's always next time, and we'll see you next time. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Not the results you wanted, but the good news, practice makes perfect. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and 10. They run with Howard. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Wentz now to throw. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Hey, simply put, plays like that, and what made Derrick Brooks a 5-time All-Pro.
Don't forget he was the 2002 Defensive Player of the Year as well.
Yeah, the leader of that incredible Super Bowl 37 champion Buccaneers defense, that Tampa 2 they talked about, and he ran down the middle where they call running the pipe. No one better at knocking away passes.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and 10. Wentz going to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Too bad. Can't win them all, though. Come back, try again. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and 10. Now Howard. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. That's going to set them back 5 yards. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. On the handoff, this is Howard. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, unfortunately, unable to achieve the results you're... This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. This is caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Throwing now is Wentz. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Well, unfortunately, not the result that you were looking for, but the great thing about how this works is Madden Ultimate Team Solo Challenge. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That didn't work out this time, but there's always next time. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and 10. A give to Howard. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Not the results you wanted, but the good news, practice makes perfect. We'll see you. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Sacked there by the Hall of Famer Derrick Brooks.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Now Wentz. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. Too bad. Can't win them all, though. Come back.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. I'm the coach, and this is Madden Ultimate Team. In today's challenge, all you need to do is score a rushing touchdown. You will have to complete this in the first 5 plays.
And the Ultimates, their offense gets ready. First down and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
A first carry for the legend. It's Bo Jackson. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front, and to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal. Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 40, the 20. Touchdown! A great effort there. 96 yards. Nice job. Congratulations, defeating the Madden Ultimate Team.
Hey, folks, I'm your host, the coach. It's game time. It's Ultimate Team. It doesn't get any better than this. Well, you've got an uphill battle in this one, trailing big time. Can you pull off the epic comeback and get the win? You must complete this challenge before this quarter comes to a close. Taking you the rest of the way, here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Brandon.
Okay, Coach, we start this challenge off in the fourth quarter with 4 minutes left on the clock. You're down 13. Your opponent has the ball on their own 25. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. With James White, you know that he can catch the football. He was 3rd in the NFL amongst running backs last year with 87 catches. And as we've seen, sometimes they come in bunches. Super Bowl 51, he had 14 grabs, including the winning score. Last year in the divisional round versus the Chargers, 15 receptions for White.
Cover!
First down, here's White. And just shutting him off there. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for New England. 49 yards.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Brady, this will be caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. That, of course, all set up by the big run on the play prior. They took advantage right away with a touchdown throw.
And you mentioned advantage.
The coach here, and welcome to this ultimate challenge. Sit back and relax. You're in for a real treat with this matchup. You'll begin this challenge trailing your opponent. Complete the comeback for the win in order to advance. You must complete this challenge before this quarter comes to a close. Let's send it down to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis for the call.
Okay, Coach, we start this challenge off in the fourth quarter with 4 minutes left on the clock. You're down by 6. Your opponent has the ball on their own 25. And it's first and 10. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, 66.
On the toss, here's White. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Brady now on first down. This is White on the screen. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it second and 12.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually, but first it's good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. To the right side, and he's got Edelman. Touchdown, New England. Julian Edelman, 48